too, don't tell me. But still. Okay, so now we're in lesson number 3. It's the most important topic. There's none else besides him. There's only one force that manages everything, runs everything, does everything, arranges everything for everyone individually and everyone together. This one force is the only thing that exists. It is the actual reality. And there's only one force. Not more, not less, nothing, just one. And that one force decided that there will be a created being. That created being will achieve the degree of that force. How is this to be done? If this created being, the creature, exists as a created being, it has to consist of two forces. The force of the created being and the force of this upper force that exists, the only one that exists, which is therefore called the Creator, because it created the creature. This is why the creature exists with the opposite force from the Creator's and feels what is opposite from it. It's opposite. And this is how it exists. We will now look into what exactly is happening here. Please write down questions and ask them later. Get used to being in the lesson just like at school, just like at university. Otherwise, you can't grasp it all at once. And otherwise, now you will get it, not later when you listen to the lesson. What's important is now. So there's one force in the world, and that force arranges and manages and does everything. There's nothing or no one else besides this force. It is the first postulate. And we have an opportunity to discover it, that it is one, unique and unified. There is none else besides it, controls everything and does everything. To whom did he give the opportunity? To the one who receives an awakening. A person lives this ordinary life in this world and suddenly feels an awakening. He wants to know something above itself. And then it yearns for it. It begins to look for where it can find this force, how to reach it. Who manages his life? Who governs his life? Or maybe he governs his life, but he's not sure. In short, questions arise in him. For this reason, discovering who manages him grabs a person, and he understands that unless he discovers it, that if he does not discover it, his life will be the life of a beast or a life of a robot. When he comes to obtain this force, to the extent that he obtains it, he obtains its qualities, and therefore becomes similar to that upper force. This is why such people are called Kabbalists, because they receive or acquire the qualities of the upper force and thereby change. Meaning, besides the human degree, like in this world, another degree is created in them, another structure, which is called Adam, man. Adam comes from the word Dome, from the words, which means similar, from the words Dome La'elyon, similar to the upper one. This is why they're called Adam, because you're similar to the Creator. Gradually, he grows, like a newborn baby who grows and grows until he becomes a grown-up. Likewise, we gradually receive and reveal the qualities of the Creator in us and become more and more Adam, man. One who does not develop in this, in resembling the Creator, remains on their degree, just like everyone else in this world. According to the Kabbalah, they are called beasts, still vegetative and animate. There are no other forms in our world, still vegetative and animate. And a person in this world is just the highest in the material development, evolution, from the still vegetative and animate. But he belongs to the animate level because he's concerned only with his animate life. This is number one. Number two. Because above us there is an upper force which determines everything, arranges everything, runs everything, and we don't feel or understand it, but we received a desire to know and to feel. So all we need really is to find a desire to discover him, or more correctly, to make within us room for discovering him, for his revelation. This is why the Creator initially created a desire with an intention for self-concern, egoism. If I clear out my desire clear out the ego from my desire, instead of the ego, I can place in there the image of the Creator, one instead of the other. So, really, what I need is to get rid of myself. And to that extent, I can resemble the Creator. This process happens in two stages. Stage one is when we abstain, avoid the ego, refrain from the ego, get rid of it. From the intention for ourselves. Not from the desire itself, from the intention. The desires remain. We can't change them. Only the intention. To get rid of the aim to receive. This is stage one. Stage two is to acquire an intention for the sake of the Creator instead of the aim for my sake as it was before. Meaning, I want
לפתוח בי
to open up in me
רצונות,
desires with an intention to receive,
לנתק אותם,
detach them from the aim to receive,
ובמקום זה
and instead acquire an intention to bestow.
ואז ברצון
And then, in this desire with the aim to bestow upon the Creator,
שזה כמו שהוא דואג,
which is like He is concerned for me, now I can care for Him. With this desire, with the intention to bestow upon Him,
מגלה אותו,
I discover Him.
ממלא את הרצונות שלי,
I fill up my desires
כל אותם המילואים,
with all those fillings that He has prepared for me.
מה בעצם אני שם מקבל?
What am I actually receiving there?
אני מקבל מהות הבורא,
I am receiving the essence of the Creator, His desires,
כוונות שלו,
intentions,
השגות,
attainments.
אני רואה
I see all of reality through His qualities,
כביכול שאני נמצא
as if I am in His place.
וההרגשה הזאת
And that feeling
שאני מרגיש,
that I feel
הרצונות שלי,
in my desires,
שהחלפתי על
when I have replaced their intention from the aim to receive to the aim to bestow, that feeling is called the spiritual world, the upper world, or the Creator.
זה אותו דבר.
It's the same thing.
זה שתיים.
This is number 2.
שלוש.
3.
מה יש לי כאן להגיד?
What else? What can I say here?
להתפטר
Getting rid of the aim for myself,
שנקראת האגו,
which is called the ego,
לא רצון,
not the desire,
נקרא אגואיסטי.
is called egoistic.
אמנם שכך אנחנו מדברים.
Although this is how we put it. But the intention,
דאגה לעצמי,
the concern for me, is what is egoistic. So, by
רוצה להתפטר,
wanting
דאגה לעצמי,
to get rid of the concern for myself,
התהליך הזה הוא
that process exists only through a struggle,
במאבק הרוחני,
a spiritual struggle.
שהכי מצליח
And
אם אנחנו
what is most,
נראה את עצמנו
it succeeds the most if we see ourselves not from our perspective, from our own perspective of us being here, but from the perspective of the Creator,
נגד האגו שלי,
against our egos,
נגד הטבע שלי,
against my nature,
נגד עצמי,
against myself,
אני.
myself.
אפשר כך
If
תמיד להעמיד את עצמי
I can always position myself opposite from myself, from the perspective of the Creator,
זה מאוד עוזר לנו
it really helps us
להתקדם
to advance
את עצמנו
in
מכוונה על מנת לקדם.
clearing ourselves from the aim to receive.
כאן בדיוק אנחנו
Here is where we can see
שוני בין הקבלה
the difference between Kabbalah
לשיטות אחרות,
and other methods.
שבחוכמת הקבלה
In the wisdom of Kabbalah,
אנחנו מתעסקים בזה שאנחנו
we
מוצאים את האגו
find,
מעצמנו,
we extract the ego from ourselves,
האני שלי האגואיסטי,
my egoistic self,
להוציא אותו מעצמי,
we pull it out of ourselves,
ובמקומו
and instead of it,
להכניס את הבורא,
we install the Creator,
לקבל את התכונות שלו.
acquire His qualities.
זאת אומרת, העיקר השוני בין
So the main difference between the wisdom of Kabbalah and the rest of the methods
בזה שאנחנו מפנים בתוך
is that we make room within us for the Creator,
לעבודה שלו,
for His work.
הבורא מתלבש בה,
The Creator dresses in us,
מתחיל מתחיל לעבוד בנו,
begins to work in us.
העבודה שלו שהוא עושה עלינו,
The work he does on us
היא נקראת עבודת השם,
is called the work of the Creator.
ואנחנו בזה מסייעים
And by this, we help the Creator
בלפנות בתוכנו מקום בשבילו.
clear up within us room for Him.
אדם שעובד על זה,
A person who works on this is called a Kabbalist
מפני שהוא עובד כדי
because he's working in order to receive the Creator
לקום האגו.
instead of the ego.
וכל אחד
And each one
להשתדל
should try
לחשוב ולהרגיש אפילו
to think and to feel
איך הוא
how he makes room
לבורא
for the Creator
אותו,
and invites him
אותו שייכנס בו,
to fill him up, enter him, control him, do everything.
תנועות שלי,
So all my movements,
פיזיות,
physical,
במוח,
intellectual, and in my heart,
זה מכוון
I feel that the Creator directs and moves me.
ואני הולך, אני
And
מרגיש את זה,
I feel it,
ואני מסכים עם זה,
and I agree with it, and I go along with Him.
לזה צריכים להגיע.
This is what we have to come to.
או בצורה חלקית,
Either,
לאט לאט
or maybe partially
הבורא ימלא את
until the Creator feels everything. The quality
שנמצא
of
באדם,
the Creator that is within a person
את
and manages, governs
המחשבה,
his movements in his mind and desire and in everything.
שמנהל את האדם.
He governs a person.
העבודת הזאת היא נקראת עבודת
So
השם.
that work is called the work of the Creator.
שאדם מסייג,
When a person assists in this, prepares, helps, so to speak, participates, this is why he's called the Creator's partner.
יש בזה, בשותפות הזאת יש הרבה דרגות,
There are many degrees in this partnership.
עובד, עבד,
Servant, a working partner, the whole ladder of degrees
בכל מקום נקבע
is really determined.
בצורה אחרת.
Throughout the ladder of degrees, their participation is determined,
כך כל אחד
is done differently. Likewise,
משתדל
in this way, each one
לו מקום,
tries to make room for him
זה שהבורא יתלבש בו.
so the Creator will clothe in him.
אבל אנחנו לא מרגישים את הבורא,
But we don't feel the Creator.
ולא יכולים לעשות כאלה תרגילים.
And we can't do these exercises. More or less, goes in, goes out. How do I measure it?
האשליה הזאת כל החיים.
I can be delusional about this my entire life.
מה שעשה בורא,
So, what the Creator did
את המבנה הזה שהוא ברא,
is that this structure that He built,
הוא שבר
He broke
חלקים.
into pieces.
שאם אנחנו יכולים לפנות
So that if we can make room within us
לצרף לעצמנו
and add to ourselves these alien parts, these broken and far pieces,
אז ככה אנחנו יכולים לדעת
in this way we can know that by this we make room for the Creator.
אני הייתי בזה עכשיו עושה הפסקה,
I would take a break at this point
נותן לכם מקום לשאול.
and let you ask questions. Okay, so go ahead. Questions.
לא להתבייש, זה
Don't be ashamed.
ברור.
Don't be shy.
מה שאני
It has to be clear to everyone what I just said.
שאלות, מה שרשמתם,
All the questions you wrote down, you thought, now's the time to ask.
לברר,
It'll give us room
כבר אמרתי.
to scrutinize and clarify what I already said.
Buenos días, Rab. Tengo una pregunta.
I have a question.
¿Qué acciones tengo que tomar? ¿Qué debo
What
hacer
deeds
para
do I need to do in order to make that room, in order to reveal the Creator?
אני לא שמעתי מה שתרגמת.
I didn't hear what you translated.
What deeds should I do in order to make that room for the Creator to be revealed in?
Again,
עוד פעם.
again.
What deeds do I have to do in order to make that room where I can reveal the Creator?
כדי לגלות את הבורא, כמו ש...
In order to discover the Creator, to reveal the Creator, as I said, you have to make room within your desire from the aim to receive,
ושיהיה עליו כוונה,
and that
להשפיע.
it will have on top of it an intention to bestow. And then, according to the equivalence with the Creator, who is all bestowal, and you have intention to bestow, so now the Creator can fill up that place,
איך אתה תרגיש?
that desire, and that way you will feel His revelation, the revelation of the Creator in the creature.
בבקשה, הלאה.
Yes, please, next.
Disculpa, Rab. Algunas acciones que nos aconsejen
What
para hacer
deeds
liberar ese espacio.
can you give us as advice to make that room? What deeds?
בחלק השני.
Yes, we will talk about it in the second part. It's mainly in the group,
יותר לפרוטרוט נדבר.
but we'll talk about it in greater detail.
Shabbat Shalom, Rab. Shabbat Shalom, Kliolami. ¿Cómo podemos mantenernos
How
sin
can we
trabajo, aun cuando sabemos
hold on without letting go of the work, even though He sends us all these difficulties, great difficulties?
אני לא יודע מה לענות לך, כי כל
I don't know what to tell you because all the circumstances, all the conditions,
השייך לאדם,
everything that has to do with a person, say you
הגוף שלך,
with your body and your character and your strength
הגורל שלך,
and your destiny,
נולדת,
where you were born, to what family, how you got married, where your kids are, what happens around you. All this comes also through a plan from above by the Creator. This is why you are forbidden in the state you are in to demand of Him
שאתה רוצה לשנות משהו. יש לך
that you want to change something. You can change only one thing, a place for the revelation of the Creator. Everything else
להשתנות בהתאם לזה.
will change according to this from above.
אלא תמשיך כמו שאתה.
So continue as you are now with your job and your family. Don't change anything
שאתה רוצה להשיג את הבורא.
because you want to attain the Creator. On the contrary, when you work on attaining the Creator, accordingly the conditions will change. That's not your business. You will get it.
מאותו כוח עליון
From that same upper force, that there's none else besides Him,
משתנה הכל.
everything changes.
Sí, Rab, pero pareciera que esas dificultades
Yeah, but it seems that these difficulties that are being revealed are in order
me abandonar el trabajo.
to make me let go of the work,
¿Cómo superar
to
eso?
reject me. How should I overcome that?
Solo quiero cambiar la dificultad, pero quiero avanzar en el trabajo.
I don't want to get rid of the difficulty, but I want to advance.
כל מי שמגיע לחוכמת הקבלה,
Anyone who comes to the wisdom of Kabbalah begins to see
על כוח עליון
that here we're talking about an upper force that does everything. So it seems to him that he has to leave this world altogether and belong only to the upper force.
אז אנחנו מסבירים לך.
So we are explaining to you how you can do this.
לשנות שום דבר בגלל
Don't change anything in corporeality,
הרצון שלך.
but only in your desire.
ואז בהתאם לזה,
And then, according to this, you will begin to feel
העולם משתנה.
how the world is changing.
תצטרך לבוא
And if you have to
לעבודה אחרת, למקום אחר,
get another job or move to a different place, it'll all happen above you.
לשנות לפי
Not that you will have to. Will start changing according to your intellect. Let the Creator do everything.
Gracias, Rab.
Hola, Raf. Paulette de Chile.
I'm Paulette from Chile,
Del Congreso.
10 number 1 in the Congress.
Queremos saber qué tanto
We want to know
cuando creemos
to what
que
extent
estamos
do we bestow when we think or believe that we're bestowing.
זה אדם לא יודע.
A person doesn't know this.
כשהוא נכנס לשם,
Only later, when he enters the ladder of degrees, can he measure,
גם כן לא מיד, ולא
and not immediately, not accurately,
אז יכול
but then he can measure
להשפיע.
how much he's bestowing upon the Creator. The easiest is to measure it with regard to the friends. If I'm bestowing upon them, helping them with our spiritual work, if I'm promoting them to the Creator,
ההשפעה שלי,
this is my bestowal.
הכי נכונה.
It is the most correct and accurate measurement. That's it.
Gracias.
אדם בדרך כלל לא רוצה לעבוד.
Normally, a person doesn't want to work opposite the friends.
הבורא, אני איתו ואני
But-
מסכים, אבל איתם,
With the Creator, I agree. But with them, what for? What's
זה הכל ניתן.
What's between me and they? He doesn't understand that this whole world was given as one desire,
חייבים דווקא בו לעבוד.
that we must work specifically in it. And in this way, we discover the Creator. Only when He is clothed in this world. There are no spiritual kelim
אנחנו עושים,
except those that we make out of the corporeal kelim by replacing the intention from receiving to giving.
Hola, Raf. Del proceso de deshacerme del yo, usted
In the
describió
process where I want to get rid of the self, the I, you describe
cómo interactúa
3
eso con la
stages.
liberación del espacio.
How does it work when we make that room? Those 3 steps. How does it work once we make that room?
In a group,
אני מפנה את הלב שלי,
I
שבמקום
clear out my heart so that instead of me, the group will be there, the 10.
אחרי שאני
Once
מפנה מקום
I make room
לבי, לב
in my heart, the heart is called my general desire,
שרק הקבוצה שם נמצאת,
where there's only the group.
אז בתוך הקבוצה אני מתחיל לגלות
So within the group, I begin to discover the Creator
לאותו מקום,
who enters that place
קבוצה.
where I place the group.
זה ככלי,
Except the group is like the Kli, and the Creator is the filling of the Kli.
¿Podría ser una más?
Can I ask another question?
Acerca de liberar ese lugar,
About making that
depende.
room, that space. Does that depend on the group?
Entonces, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué sucede?
And if not, so what happens?
אנחנו לומדים בעבודת
Clearing out the room, the place, we learn about it in the work of the group, the work of the 10, how to bring the friends into his heart.
על זה הוא צריך לבקש
And this is what he needs to ask of the Creator,
בזה.
that he will help him in this.
אז בהתאם לזה,
And accordingly,
שחברים יעמדו בתוך ליבו,
when the friends stand in his heart,
יתחיל להרגיש
he'll begin to feel that within them there's the Creator.
אותו.
And that way he'll discover him as the filling
10 ספירות ל10
of the 10 sfirot, 10 desires of the whole group,
נמצאים בליבו.
which are in his heart.
רק בצורה כזאת.
Only in this way.
Ok, gracias.
Rab, si somos semejantes al Creador,
If we resemble the Creator,
o solo
so we're the Creator on earth,
Wait
we
a
just
minute,
do it
wait. Who told you we're similar to the Creator?
pues se habla acá que tenemos que ser semejantes
that's
al
what we're
Creador.
saying, that we have to resemble the Creator.
Similar in what? In our desire, egoistic,
מפנים אותו מכוונה
which we clear up from the intention to receive, intention for ourselves,
להכניס שם כוונה,
and we place in there the intention to bestow upon others, the friends.
אז בזה אני מתקן את
So by this I correct my desire
הכוונה על מנת
So it'll have the intention to bestow, and then this desire will be similar to the Creator. To the extent that this desire becomes similar to the Creator, there is no difference between this desire and the Creator. The Creator feels this desire, the corrected desire. By this, we will be similar.
Hola, Ra. Mi duda, si no existe nada ni nadie más que Él y su creación, ¿es correcto
If
sentir
there's none else besides him, and creation is his, is it true to feel that in every feeling, every deed between the friends, it's for my desire to advance, but you see it in general results? Does that show the only reality that exists?
No, only the attaining individual sees. Who else can see? Just like in your current desire, something is revealed. You look at someone here, something, and you feel something good or not so good. It's you who feels it. This is how you discover the Creator. You. And no one else. It's even written this way. You will see and not a stranger.
Thank you, Rav.
Shabbat Shalom, Rav. Mi pregunta es, ¿cómo mantenernos en
My
una
question is, how can we hold on to the state of a workshop constantly?
By agreeing among yourselves that you are getting used to it, that you accustom yourselves to it, to constantly talking to the friends, constantly talking to the Creator. I want to be constantly talking to Him and connected to Him. I ask Him, and it's as if I hear what He says. Of course, it's according to my ego and my imagination, my egoistic imagination. But that way, I get used to it. I get used to having someone to talk to, at least. It's the upper voice. He's in control. So I turn to Him. The fact that I don't hear His answer is because I still don't have the aim to bestow. But by this, I get used to it. I ask, and I also answer instead of Him. It's like a baby. This is how we learn to talk. I guarantee you, if you do this, the majority of time, you will feel that you learned how to talk to the Creator.
Gracias, Rav.
There's a special language here. Just like we as kids, did anyone teach us how to speak? We heard a word here or a word there, we didn't know how to connect the words. But this is called this is called that. By itself, through practicing it in life, it's the same thing. Do it and you'll succeed. Yes, madam. Ma'am.
I'm Diana from Colombia, and it's my first time coming close to the Kabbalah. My question is, if I find the desire to reveal Him and I start the work, is it an obligation to help my environment, which isn't my tent, to help them find that desire, or should they find it themselves?
There was a handsome man over there who said he wants to leave. Oh, he's left already? There you are. So,
He's saying you can't leave.
don't leave anything. What's so bad in your situation, in your place? If the Creator made you be born there, and your family is there probably, and your relatives and whatnot. So you're from Colombia, so what? What? Can't you attain the Creator in Colombia?
No, quiero decir, si la persona,
It's not what I wanted to say. It's
no sé, mi madre que no sabe nada,
my mother who knows nothing about Kabbalah.
hablar
Is it my obligation to tell her about Kabbalah even though she's not asking me about it?
oscura sola.
Or should I let her find it on her own?
No. I also didn't speak to them. I had parents, two of them, they were both doctors. My mother was a gynecologist. My father was a dentist. I never spoke to them about Kabbalah. They knew I was learning and I was putting everything into it. But I didn't explain anything to them. What for? What for? Although they had the intellect to understand what it means in general. But there's no need. You don't have to. But do you have other people there who are interested?
Sí.
Yes.
Great. That's all you need. Good luck.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Come to our congresses more and more.
Querido Rab, buen día.
Dear Rav,
¿Cómo es posible?
Maybe each one of you should say where he's from.
Soy Rosy de Tulancingo,
I'm Rosie from Tulancingo, Mexico.
México. Gracias.
Mexico.
Bueno, estado de Hidalgo.
The state of Hidalgo.
¿Cómo es posible que una criatura como nosotros,
How is it possible that a created being like us,
incluso
men, women,
cabalistas,
even the greatest Kabbalists,
socios de Boré,
can they aspire to be a partner of the Creator?
diferentes? ¿No acaso esto es
If we were created differently, isn't it an illusion?
Good question. The upper force, we don't touch it. We don't know anything about it. I will even draw this. It's good that you see a drawing instead of my face. So we have the upper force. You can't say anything about it. It's also called Atzmuto, his self. Keep it this way. Atzmuto. Atzmuto. Below it, there is the Creator, Boré, who also divides into many parts. The bottom part of it, truthfully, the upper part is called Creator, and the bottom part, Boré, from the words Boré, come and see. It's all divided into many stages, but afterwards, we, who are called Adam, and then there is animate, animal or animate, and the vegetative, and still, inanimate. What is it? By the way, with languages, I'm as dense as this wall. My whole life I've been so jealous of people who can speak 2 or 3 languages. I never succeeded in it. Well, that's how he created me. So you're saying there's an upper force, the Creator. How can we be like Him? We don't touch this upper force, Atzmuto. I think there should be a T here, Atzmuto. And then we don't touch also the upper part of the Creator, which is called the thought of creation. Thought. Only the bottom part that belongs to us, the practical part. There are many things here. This belongs to us, and there we do touch a little bit. This dresses in us. This is how it happens. So the upper one, we have no idea about it. But why are we talking about it nevertheless? Because when we attain from below upward, when we grow, we all grew when it's still then vegetative and animate, then similar to the Creator speaking, we fill ourselves up with the Creator, we attain the thought of creation. It is possible that we also receive some changes and go even higher than that. But the wisdom of Kabbalah doesn't talk about it. It gives us a part of reality and tells us how we can attain it, how we can attain the soul, the inner part, to be eternal, complete, just like the Creator with regard to us. And above, there are 1,000, there is the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th millennia. There are other degrees, but it doesn't talk about it. So let's, first of all, receive what we have here.
Quiero entender que lo que nos corresponde.
I want to understand what our part that we can say, that's a reality we can aspire to Adam. The rest we can only think is an illusion.
We don't know about illusion, no illusion. What there is in our desire is what we can attain. That's it. What is given to us in the desire, we can realize.
Thank you, Rav. Good morning, Rav. It's a great pleasure to be here with you. My question is, I hope I don't repeat the previous question. How can I work for the group and help them reveal the qualities of the Creator?
Now we will talk about it. Specifically in a group, as repulsive and hateful as it is to us, as much as we don't want it, only through the group can we obtain the qualities of the Creator and then reveal Him. We will talk about it right away.
Buen día, maestro.
Good morning, teacher. I'm Espocoba from Mexico. My question is, from the animate level in me, what can I correct to be more sensitive towards the Creator?
בינתיים, כולנו
For the time being,
חיות.
we're all animals.
אם אנחנו חושבים על עצמנו,
If we are thinking of ourselves only,
וככה זה נולדנו,
and this is how we were born,
רצון של כל אחד ואחד,
this is what is the desire of each and every one is, who work instinctively.
רוצים או לא רוצים, ככה אנחנו,
Whether we want to or not, this is the only way we are.
עלינו כתוב,
This is why it's written about us. They are all as we are all. They're all similar to beasts. We are all
עוד יותר מזה.
like animals. Moreover, we are worse than all the animals,
כי אף חיה לא
because no animal harms another
ללא צורך.
needlessly.
אם איזה חיה טורפת את השני,
If one animal
זה לפי אינסטינקט,
preys on another animal, it's because this is its instinct, and it needs to do it in order to satiate itself, because it has to exist in this way. It's how it survives.
נחשב
And it's
בחוקיות הכללית שבה
It's part of the general law of nature that each one eats the other and multiplies, and that way also fulfills the other. So the still vegetative and animate act according to a network of forces, an integral network of forces that closes all of us in one system,
באיזון,
in balance,
שאנחנו כולנו נותנים וכולנו,
where we all give and receive,
חוץ מבני אדם.
except for people.
מוכן להרוס את הכל,
A person might ruin everything, even if there's no need for it. No need for it, but no existential need for it, like an animal. Look what's happening with ecology and everything.
יצאנו לחלל,
We went out to space. Now you have thousands and thousands of metal trash
אפילו בחלל.
that you can hardly be there now.
כדור הארץ,
On space,
בתוך הים, בתוך האוקיינוס, יש שם
on planet Earth,
מקומות הכי
in the ocean.
הכי נמוכים,
You have plastic everywhere in the deepest places,
מינוס 11 קילומטר,
11 kilometers below sea level,
אוקיינוס,
underwater.
יש פלסטיק.
There's plastic,
זאת אומרת, אנחנו
meaning we are destroying everything. We are far worse than animals. No animal harms
לטבע.
nature.
חלק בלתי נפרד מהטבע.
It's an inseparable part of nature.
הטבע הוא גם כן אלוקים.
Nature is also God. It is the creator, clothed in the still vegetative and animate.
בבני אדם האלו,
In these people
שעל פני כדור הארץ,
on earth
ששייכים אומנם לדרגת
who
חיים,
belong to the animate level,
לפי
yet
שלהם,
according to their egos, they are called people.
הם הכי גרועים.
They are the worst. They are destroying everything
תוך האגו שניתן להם,
because of the ego that was given to them, so that they
מעצמם,
will extract it from themselves
מקום לבורא.
and instead make room for the Creator.
יהיו דומה לבורא.
Then they will be similar to the Creator and will be called man.
זהו. לכן אנחנו
This is why we
גרועים
are the worst
מכל הבהמות,
of all the beasts,
והכי גרועים מכל הרוחניות.
and we are the worst in all of spirituality on both ends.
כדאי לחשוב ולתקן את המצב.
We should think about it and correct it.
Gracias. Una segunda pregunta.
Thank you. Second question.
Entro a la escalera espiritual.
What moment do I enter spiritual degree?
שוב תחזור בבקשה.
In what,
Repeat it again, please.
what moment do I enter a spiritual degree?
The minute you make room within you for the Creator to dress in you, to clothe in you.
Thank you very much.
אני קצת משנה את הדיבור שלי.
I'm changing the way I speak from the moment I came to South America.
אני מרגיש כאן צריך להיות
I feel that here there needs to be a different language, something closer, more from the heart.
תודה.
Thank you.
Gracias, Rab. Vengo de
Thank you, love. I come from Cali, Colombia. If we succeed in making our desire equivalent to the Creator's, so you teach us that we become His partners.
¿Cómo podría ser esa sociedad?
How can we build this partnership? Do I become like the Creator?
No. You make room for him, as I said, and the Creator dresses in the place you cleared out. You cleared up for him. In this, you're regarded as a partner. You build a flat, a home in your heart. And the Creator moves in there. In this, you are a partner, but you let him work. He's working through you. That's the way it is.
Pero si yo ya asumo o el creador es el que hace todo.
But if I understand that the Creator does everything, and we're in a system, so the system organizes us, gives us everything, then what is the change? The moment I make that room and let the Creator come into me.
The desires remain desires, but their intention was for themselves. You replaced this intention because you want to use them for the sake of the Creator. By this, you allow him to dress in these desires and act. You allow him, you invite him, you ask him to clothe in you and work through all of reality through you, through the whole world. And what you do, then all your actions are in order to circulate the method onward, so everyone will be able to clear out their hearts, so the Creator will clothe in them. And then we come to feel and understand what is the eternal and complete existence. And we stop seeing this reality as this lowly, despicable failing, and that it's all problems and struggles, and you just feel different. You see that what you saw before was through your ego. And now you see through the qualities of the Creator, and you're seeing the world of Ein Sof, eternal, complete. You don't even feel any connection or need for the body. Everything is perfect.
Gracias, Rab.
Thank you, Rav. You'll only have one problem left. You'll begin to feel other people instead of yourself. So you will feel how much they are suffering. And you will understand that nothing will help them except to attain the Creator too. And then you work on dissemination.
Buenos días, querido Rab. Vengo de Montreal.
Good morning, dear Rav. I come from Montreal, Canada. It's my first Congress. I'm delighted to be here with you.
Mi pregunta es, yo necesito
My question is,
para saciar mi deseo de
do I have to discover the Creator in order to satisfy my will to receive? That's a cunning question. Crafty question. You seem so calm and everything's okay, but in there's a snake lurking. She said yes. Of course, we don't start with wanting to satisfy the desire of the Creator. We don't think about it. We couldn't care less. I totally forget about Him. I have my own problems. But bit by bit, the more we learn the wisdom of Kabbalah, even if we don't think about it, I begin to change. I go into a group. Everyone's learning in a group. I hear all kinds of tips on how to advance. And what happens is that I change, even if I don't want to change. Do I care about loving friends? I'm a healthy person. This is not what I need. But as we learn, sit in circles, like kids in kindergarten, and speak nicely to each other. It's kids stuff, kids games. But there is something great about it. When we do this, we lower ourselves from this high selfish degree, this superior degree, so to speak, to the extent that we manage to lower ourselves artificially. I don't really want to, but they tell me that I have to do this, so I seemingly do this. Everyone's like that. Actors, liars, acting like kids. But there's a great thing about it. To the extent that we do this, just like infantiles, just retarded kids. To that extent, the Creator works on us. We call it reforming light. And it changes us. And then we really begin to think, maybe it is worthwhile after all. Maybe I should think about the friends, because we can attain more together. I'll have a bigger desire, a common and accurate intention. I begin to change toward connection. Sometimes it takes years, 10 years, 15 years. But it changes. And in this way, we gradually acquire the method of Kabbalah. I don't think that a person can agree with this within a few years. It takes years. In the meantime, we change. But these changes are very slow on the still degree in us, the vegetative degree in us. Until the change happens, it takes time. So, wait a little, but participate.
Gracias.
Yes, please.
Rabo, otra vez yo.
Me again, from here in Mexico. By constantly talking to the Creator. Is that called isolation? Can I do it in a group way?
I've said no. You need to talk to the Creator alone. But to prepare yourself to talk to the Creator, you need a society. Also, you can talk to the Creator but it's not together with others. Together with others with the group, but it will no longer be a conversation, but a prayer, a litany, a request, when you all together ask something of him. This you can do. It's a great thing. Normally, you get an answer to this from this if you ask together. Yes, please.
Rab, buenos días.
Good morning, Rav.
Yo tengo 8 meses de estar en Kabbalah y es mi primera experiencia.
I've been studying for 8 months. It's the first time I'm in a physical congress. You drew that there are areas that we do not reach, that they are unknown. The question is, if there's none else besides him, why, throughout hundreds of years,
Si la explicación es que no existe nadie, solamente él.
you said that there's none else besides him. So why are there degrees and levels?
That's all with respect from the perspective of people's attainment. It's like we attain everything according to a person's development. Not more than that. There is one force. One attains him more, another less. And this is why we grade him according to the attaining individual. That's it.
Gracias, Rab. Buen día.
Buenos días, Rab. Yo soy de Saltillo, Coahuila, México.
I'm from Saltillo, Mexico.
Yo quiero preguntar lo siguiente.
What I want to ask,
Un joven al lado izquierdo
yesterday I had a dream
me dice, no tienes el deseo correcto.
that an angel tells me that I don't have the correct desire. So I asked the angel, in concern that someone on the right, like you, you're already wise and smart, and you tell me what's the correct desire. And then the answer is the desire of the group. The question is, what is the correct desire? What is the correct desire?
The correct desire is when a person annuls before the Creator. And through the Creator's force, which is called the surrounding light or reforming light, he corrects a person's desire. And then the desire becomes correct, a desire for bestowal, to work for the sake of others. This is the right desire. Why? Because by this I become similar to the Creator. He bestows completely. If I will bestow completely, by this I will acquire the whole world, precisely through bestowal. By reception into me, I cannot let anything in. I have no room for the world. I have room only for the animate degree. Above the animate degree, in godliness, all of reality. I can do that only through equivalence of form, bestowal. This is the right desire. Yes, please.
Buenos días, Rab.
Good morning, Rav. I'm Sofia from Costa Rica. My question is,
Yo quiero profundamente adherirme al Creador.
I want, from the depth of my desire, I want to connect to the Creator, find that connection, and I understand I have to annul myself inside. I want to build that place. I tried for a lot. When I start doing it, I discover that I'm lost. I lose connection from reality, and I become fearful. I'm asking of, is there danger in going lost and losing connection to reality by completely annulling my I?
If you are connected only to us, you attend, you learn, and you listen to lessons, and you watch lessons, you have some friends, then there's no problem. There's no danger of you deviating from the path. Why are you afraid of this?
Porque cuando regreso me siento desconectada.
Because when I go back, I feel I lose connection with reality, from a social reality, but I can't already return to this reality. I'm different.
Yo no quiero usar la palabra locura, pero
I don't want to say I'm crazy, but
me ven como un poco
it seems that people still look at me as if I'm a bit crazy.
Well, if you are crazy, then I can't help you. But I don't think you are. What I recommend is to develop a stronger connection with your small environment where you're learning and be constantly attached to them. And even more important, disseminate. Someone who disseminates heals himself from anything, because through him, force begins to spread to others as he disseminates, and that heals him. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Buenos días, Javi, amigos. Soy Neuza.
Good morning, Rav and friends. I'm Rosa from Angola, and I have a question. I can also speak in Spanish. Why, since I started studying Kabbalah, I see everything differently? The government, my friends, family, my work. Is it normal?
Of course it's normal. You're changing. You're beginning to change. Only a beast doesn't change. Animals. People have to change all the time. You see the world a little different. If you do, it's great.
Gracias, Javi.
Thank you, Rav.
Besides, we have special lessons for Africa. Don't you watch us from Angola?
Yeah, along with the Brazil group I study. I like Spanish. Speak Portuguese, but my heart is Spanish.
Yeah, they also tell me about me that I'm an incarnation of from Spanish, from Spain. I feel very close to Spain. I feel close to Spain. A week ago, I came back from Spain. There, I feel very well. All right. How much time do we have?
No.
Well, when do we have to finish?
50 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay, let's stretch it a little bit. Are you tired or not? All right. So, we said that we have desires to receive with an intention to receive for myself. We can't change desires. The intention to bestow. This is what we need to change. Now, how can we do this? Only in a group. No one thinks that he's an egoist. I'm sure everyone's heard of it several times. From his parents, maybe from friends, from teachers. But no one admits that he is an egoist. And it's true, because what is regarded as ego in this world, we don't need to correct. Feel free. We need to feel the ego that we need to correct. Where we intend for ourselves instead of the Creator. But I don't feel anything with regard to the Creator. What can I do? This is why they say it is said that you need a group. A group will be like a standard, like a scale, like a gauge. An example, a role model. So that what I do toward the group and what the group does toward me is like what I do toward the Creator and the Creator toward me. It's very difficult to agree with this. It is 9 people like me. Why should I relate to them, to their views, their feelings, their decisions as to the Creator? Or how I will accept what they decide as coming from the Creator? It is totally not. It doesn't make sense. They are my friends. They're like me. Why should I relate to them as to the Creator? We also read many times how Rabash explains it to us that behind every friend I have to see the Creator. And that isn't really working out. But that's the gauge with regard to my ego. That if I think about them like about the Creator, then I emerge from my ego and truly come to the Creator. Meaning, the 10 has a special force. That each of the 10, if he relates in this way to his 9 other friends, they can pull him out from this world, from the sensation of this world. He can make room and through them feel how the Creator dresses in him. And then these 9 others, together with me, become a parzuf. Parzuf means the desire of the soul. And then the Creator dresses there. And it is called the light of the soul. And there are degrees to what extent I relate to the group from within my desire. In my desire, there are 5 degrees. Shoesh, root, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And according to the degree of the will to receive, I attain the Creator. According to the power of the light of Nefesh Ruach Neshama Chaya Echida. In the power of Nefesh Ruach Neshama Chaya Echida, and it fills me. Without a group, I cannot attain it, because I will have no kli where I will discover the Creator. Not to bestow upon the Creator, I will have no system where I can bestow upon Him or receive from Him through the system, which is the matching adjustment between Him and I. It turns out that there is me
איך זה? אישו? מה זה שו? ככה?
Show like this?
בקיצור, I.
I.
אני.
So there's me,
זה קבוצה.
and this is the group.
גרופו.
Gruppo.
והבורא.
And the creator.
Creator. טוב. ואז הקבוצה הזאת.
Then this group
זה 9 ספירות.
are 9 sfirot.
9 ספירות.
9 sfirot.
ואני, זה המלכות.
I am the malchut.
והבורא זה האור העליון.
And the creator is the upper light.
לוצ'ה.
Lucha?
לוף.
Luf?
GH. טוב.
Okay.
אני בגללכם מפרסם בכל העולם עד כמה שאני.
Because of you, I'm showing the whole world that I'm ignorant.
טוב, אז מה
So, what's going on here? Without the group, without this system,
זה כמו 9 ספירות.
it's 9 sfirot, meaning,
אומרים זכוכיות.
oh, they say there's like filters that weaken the upper light and organize it according to all kinds of conditions, colors, let's say, and then I can get a knowledge or a feeling from everything that happens here. Above it, it's the Creator in its formless light that I cannot feel. That's why I need the group. So the group here is a system that I can connect with on one hand. On the other side is the Creator. And then we have a communication, each one with the Creator. The group helps me reveal the ego within me. When? That's simple. If I think of myself instead of them, that exactly is the ego. If I think about them instead of myself, not just like that, but instead of me, I'm already thinking of the Creator. Because the group or the Creator are completely equivalent. That's why it's very easy. I know my friends. Now the problem is, who's more important, me or them? And then instantly, I understand this is in order to receive the intention or in order to bestow. That's why if I go to the group to serve the group, to do as if, well, I don't care what they want, anything they want, I do it to reach the Creator. Then I am rewarded. So I hope you will never see me that like I don't come to a lesson or something like that, to give something to the group as much as I can. I feel I'm doing it towards the upper light, towards the Creator. And in this way, I recommend for everybody. And then, for sure, this is the best form to advance towards the Creator. So in this way, in the group, we reach a state that we can locate our ego in a very simple way. Who is more important, the friend or the group or me? Unpleasant, but true. Even more, it's worth attaining a state that the I feel itself like a judge, that there's a creator and my ego, and I'm in the middle, and in a clear way I scrutinize. Who is more important? But in a way that there's no doubt. And afterwards I do it according to my decision. And not that I say, you're important, but he's closer to me. It has to be clear. This is called a judge. That the judge only has what his eyes see. I must constantly be under that sentence. And the more we take the Creator side, we'll advance towards Him. Maybe we can draw it like this. This is my ego. And in this way, I'm observing this as the judge. How should I draw the judge? I don't know. This is the Creator, Boe. And then I have to check as much as I advance until I truly reach the Creator, that my heart, where is it? And this is usually through the group. Till we reach adhesion. Oh, we have some more time. Since we are the created beings, we can discern only one thing and its opposite. We can never recognize just one thing, the advantage of light from the darkness. Only opposite discernments, and the more they are opposite, the more the contrast between them, we can recognize them. That's why our ego, which was created exactly like the Creator, only that here it's a minus and here is the plus. But it's exactly the same. And what we need in our attitude, in our development to understand is that we are advancing in a very realistic, scientific way, that we're not erasing anything, but we're always overcoming to a degree of understanding, a degree of aiming ourselves in a degree of scrutiny which is more than what we had before. Otherwise, we won't be able to discern between the light and the darkness. The darkness always has to remain in the background to the light. It's wondrous how many words there are in Spanish, like in Russian, like phone, phona. Because I'm hearing a lot of words that are during the translation. So we're not erasing anything, but only more and more recognizing as darkness opposed to light, light opposed to darkness. We're also only changing our attitude towards it. Meaning that the darkness is what we need, but only in order to recognize the discernments in the light more and more. That the more we want to feel the light, it's certain that we will need to feel the darkness. Discernments in the darkness. That's why we don't need to be afraid of all kinds of states of darkness that are revealed. Because if we are about to receive even more, so before it, we need to get a background of darkness, which is also greater. That's why the more a descent, according to that magnitude, there'll be an ascent. And again, an even deeper descent, and again, a higher ascent. And that's constant. That's why don't be afraid of descents. But already feel in the descent, feel that background that is obligated to be in order for me to reveal upon it the new form of the Creator, a new light. If I receive the darkness as essential for feeling the light, I already don't relate to it in a negative way. It becomes it comes in the same degree of expectation as the light. And then it turns out that the darkness and light become as one, that you can't discern between them. In the Zohar it's called the handmaid that serves the mistress. There are many stories about it. I wrote a few more points here that I wanted to go through. I didn't want to have a regular Einot Milvado lesson. According to what is written, you know all that. I think you know it by heart, that article. I wanted to just give a foundation to none else besides it. We need to understand that everything we feel for now, we feel it in our ego. If we would feel the Creator, we'd also feel Him egoistically. In order to reveal the Creator and the way He manages us, activates us, we need to be envious of the friends, to have a bigger desire than what we have, to have a desire from those 9 friends, the upper 9 sfirot, that each one of us is a malchut, and the friends are the other upper 9 sfirot above malchut. I want to get their desires, get their yearning into my malchut. I want to connect them to me, that they will be as my first 9 in the partzuf of my soul. How can I get that from Him? I can receive it under the condition that I'm envious of them. That I'll look at them with these big eyes, what do they have, and I don't. By this, I will connect their desires to mine. And in this way, I'll build a partzuf. I have to look, what did they attain? What do they understand? How are they working in the group? How are they working in dissemination? Each and everything that belongs to spiritual attainment, I have to come to that envy. And then I'll have the desires of the first 9, even a bit, towards my malchut, and there the Creator can clothe. Meaning, you can't reach a vessel where the Creator will be revealed in without me being envious of the friends, wanting to receive from them all of their attitude to spirituality, everything they have. But here I need to be very, very jealous. They have this and that and this, and I want it and want it and want it. I, by this, increase my will to receive and connect their desires to it. And then a partzuf is made, all the 10 sfirot together. I want to attain what they attained. I constantly want to depict to myself as much as they're greater, as much as I am lacking it. And then I can turn to the Creator. I'm bursting from envy and demanding from Him, why don't I have this? The friends need to act towards me. They need to play that when one talks to the other, and not towards me, as if they have some attainment, some understanding, something, and I listen to it and I'm bursting with my big eyes. Would you understand that? Women, you get this? If I develop that extent of envy in me, then I'll succeed in increasing my vessel to the magnitude where the Creator can clothe in it. And without the envy, I will never want the Creator. I'll want all kinds of different ways to control in this world, more, bigger, smaller, but not the Creator. Envy in spirituality is the biggest thing. And along with the envy comes shame. The shame called Tzimtzum Aleph. I start becoming ashamed. As much as I'm not as everybody else, as much as I'm less than everybody else, that they are all already big. And who knows what they're even speaking behind my back, that I'm a poor little thing, I don't understand anything, but what can you do? You know, they treat me as if, well, he's a good guy. You're laughing, that's how they're speaking about you. Believe me, you'll discover later on. You'll see when you'll say thank you for it. So we in this way need to act one before the other. Just like that, to act in it. That we, each one, will ignite the friend by really having, for the group, the other friends, they have attainment, they advance, and you will have it too one day. It's not bad. In such a way that you won't be able to sit still. That's called helping the friend. And this is what we need to be concerned of. And to the extent that we're concerned in the friend, through the friend, I'm concerned about my first 9 sfirot, my complete vessel of the soul. I have no other way to increase the first 9 sfirot in the Kli if I don't relate to the friend in such a way that I'm concerned that he wants more. That's why all of our work is divided to desires that we change them in the group by envy, that everybody in the group will just burst from envy, from the others having it, why don't I, and yes and no, and such things. But not that we want to erase such relationships, but to increase them. That it will give each one an impulse to turn to the Creator, to pray and ask for advancement, in order to connect to their friends and to be together with them in one desire, that the Creator can clothe in, reveal in them, in those desires, and be joyful in them. That's called giving contentment to the Creator. A bit more. It's very important that everywhere are the conditions, the relationships that are revealed, good, bad, not clear. That is also, we ascribe all of this to the Creator. To His guidance of the good that does good, that there is no more than that. And whatever is revealed to us as things that aren't good, no matter on what level and which relationships, it's still the good that does good. Meaning, I relate to myself when I see bad instead of good. That except for me, there's only good, the Creator, the upper light. And there's no any memory of the bad, only good. And the evil is revealed because in me, the upper light goes through this inversion and is revealed in all kinds of forms of darkness. Such an attitude above my ego towards the Creator and to the world, that everything is revealed as good, and only my nature changes it from good to bad. And I don't accept it, even though I'm aware of it. That's called that I'm going in faith above reason. This can be only if I feel myself opposite from the Creator's attitude as the good that does good to all. And then I must constantly look at the world and receive everything there is, not as I see it, even though I don't shut my eyes, but I see all the evil in my qualities, and along with that, I say it's not evil, but they have eyes and they shall not see. And I go above what I see to the good. If I receive such a guidance, not as it seems to us, but as the good that does good, this attitude is called for the sake of the heavens, L'Shem Shamayim. And this resistance will remain, otherwise there won't be a difference between man and the Creator. And man won't be able to feel himself if it's erased. And then he won't be able to attain the Creator. Meaning, again, we return to that same rule that we as created beings must be included from two forms, our opposite form from the Creator and the form of the Creator. Light and darkness. Then we see the whole picture. Well, and last one. Let's make some room for questions. Ready? So, let's do it. Quick.
אני לא יודע כל ה... בבקשה, מהר.
Hola, Rap. Please, quick.
Mi pregunta es en relación al esquema que nos desarrolló. No sé si lo pudieran...
My question has to do with the diagram, if we could show it for a minute.
En este esquema nos muestra...
Just like in a diagram, you show us the ego, how to get from the ego to the Creator. My question is, if we place our connections first, we know that the connections can be positive or negative. How can we create resistance or balance so as to be seen by the group in the right way, so the connection is balanced, so that the group will see me in this balanced and conscious way.
First we see, listen, first I see the group in a good way or a bad way in this way. Afterwards I see the group worse but also better, until I see the group in a state of big minus and a big plus, but it's always a minus and a plus. Always minus and a plus. You will never see only the plus, but only compared to the minus that comes with it. It's called advantage of light from the darkness. You want a big light, it'll come against the great darkness. Keep going.
Usted nos habló en la última parte acerca
Well, in the last part, you talked about envy as a condition to enter the ninth field. How can we acquire the envy? Because we, as in Latin America, envy is something negative, bad. It's a sin. It's the biggest sin. It frightens us.
That doesn't concern me. You want to attain the Creator? Be envious. Except for that, don't speak about you that you're so good. What envy, what things. Envy is a good thing. Envy is good. If you were truly envious, you'd be more advanced in the world. You'd develop everything more. You'd develop everything. It's a problem that you're not envious. You have to be more envious. What the other ones, I wanted to, and him and him and him. Obviously, it's bad envy, but from this you reach good envy. Anyway, there must be the fire of jealousy, and not only envy, shame. I see he finished the university, and he's already successful in something, and he, and everything. Be envious in everything. Okay?
Muy bien, Rab. Gracias. Lo escuchamos, Latinoamérica. Vamos por la envidia.
Yeah, we hear you, Rav. We're going to go for jealousy, for envy.
Shalom, Neris Díaz desde Bucaramanga, Colombia. Saludo. Rab, ¿se pueden tener ascensos sin descensos? ¿O necesariamente hay que caer?
Rav, can we have ascents without descents, or must there be descents in order to ascend?
There is no ascent without a descent. But what does a descent mean? We have to reach such states that if I'm connected to the group, if I'm connected to the process, that the descent for me is a pleasure. Lift their hands, whoever wants to eat. Now, who's suffering from being hungry? Only one person with two hands. Meaning, we know that we're going to get food, right? Where's Roberto? Anyway, we're going to get our food. That's why we're not suffering from being hungry. But just a bit of I'm even enjoying the appetite I have. Same thing in a spiritual ascent. ascents, descents, ascents, descents. We enjoy the descent from already, it's called the darkness will shine as light. That we're already building the vessel, we're building the deficiency to ascend. That without this we can't ascend. It depends on our attitude towards the descent. If you are in the group, then there is no problem to enjoy the descent like the ascent. I studied electronics, so there's a current with ascents and descents, and there's a diode that takes only the plus and passes it on, and there's the Winston bridge that takes the plus and the minus. He turns the minus into the plus. That's actually what we have to reach. Not only receive things that are positive to us, but if we identify with the Creator that prepared everything, so this minus, it also goes into that attainment. How can we attain anything without the opposite? Just like in a picture you see all kinds of colors. There's not something that'll all be pink. It's not a picture. It's not life. When you cook something, so you add salt, pepper, all kinds of things. So without that, there's no flavor. Don't be afraid of the bad.
Thank you, Rav.
Gracias, Rav. Soy Eliseo Navarro de Costa Rica.
Thank you, Rav. I'm Eliseo from Costa Rica.
Sabemos que la decena
We know that at 10, the group
es necesario para alcanzar al Boré.
is necessary in order to attain the Creator.
Se rompe la decena.
If at some point the 10 breaks, can we look at it as a group descent or a personal one? And what can I do to reconstruct the 10 and the group?
Usually, what helps is to turn to other tens. That's one thing. Second, we must build security belts, safety belts, that if something happens, you have to use some mechanism that you established. Let's say there's a judge that tells you what to do. There's a group or the world Kli, but we need, if there's any issue in some kind of group is breaking up, or we have to all jump in, and because it's our asset for everybody, a group, each and every group is our assets, and we're all dependent on one another. You still don't feel it so much, but that's how it really is. That's why we need to tell each other to constantly report the health of the group and to see all the other groups how they advance and help to the extent we need the help. Please. I think that the Latin Kli doesn't really have a problem. There's like 30 countries speaking the same language. Build yourself a... Do you have like a general management group for all the Spanish speakers? You have it? So we just need to be more active, so everybody knows how to turn to. Who do you turn to? Yeah.
Hola, Rap.
Hello, Rap. My name is Liliana. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico. I'm very excited and happy to be here. I'm a beginner, and my question is, what should a neighborhood student be outside of the 10? Should we something on our day-to-day environment, or is the work done only in the 10?
The spiritual work happens in the 10. And nobody needs to know anything about you, except for if you on purpose reveal yourself as a disseminator of the wisdom of Kabbalah or whatever. That's according to the decision of the group. But just like that, why should anybody know anything about you? No, nobody has to see anything. Behave like everybody else.
Tengo por ahí otra duda.
I have another question. So, on a day-to-day basis, I meet people who may be violent. Should I be like them? Or should I change?
You need to be the way you are. Maybe a bit more, a bit better than what you are, if you think that's what should be. But regular, usual.
Hola, Rap. Soy Jorge, de aquí de...
Hello, Raf. I'm Jorge from Monterrey. My question is, what do you do if I have a desire, an intention to be with my group, but I didn't succeed because I have my family responsibilities and my kids? What should I do in order to succeed in being with the group all the time?
You don't have to be with the group all the time, except for a few times a week that you determine that you'll be together, and to explain to yourself and to your family that except for your corporeal life, you have another commitment towards the Creator, and also an ability to attain something eternal. And not just work for the family. Because all this work for the family, please, as we say, live a nice life. It'll at one point end, and nothing will be left of all these efforts. Try and explain it to yourself. And you'll see that then they'll accept it. Because still, the life of the soul is much more important than the body, which already the moment it was born is already sentenced to death and burial. That's it.
Gracias, Rap.
Thank you all.
Rab, ¿está bien que yo utilice la envidia para...
Is it okay for me to use envy in order to fix a community that's not functioning?
You have questions that I can't answer you in a short way and in such a form. Desires and questions that, like from a fountain. Sit, study, and we'll speak later on.
Buenos días, Rap.
Good morning, Rav. I am Esteban from Costa Rica. We prepared for many months with the friends for this Congress. Now that I'm here, I feel very weak. I can't focus. I'm tired most of the time. And that gives me huge shame and despair. And I wanted to do all this in order to please the Creator. What can I do in order to do a better job?
Your state is the best. You feel you can't concentrate, that you're tired, and you weren't able to absorb everything that is here. That specifically is the best state of absorption. Don't be under pressure. Flow with everything people are speaking about here. Don't start remembering what was and what you want to ask for the future. Just adhere to the present in what's going on here, and you'll see you'll succeed. Your concern is what's important, and the rest doesn't depend on knowledge. The main thing is the yearning, and that you do have.
Thank you, Rav. I'm really happy to be here with you all and with you, Rav. Good morning, Rav. My name is Alberto Magos. I'm from Mexico. My question is, it talks about two worlds, physical and spiritual. How do I connect them? They say that the physical level is elevated to the spiritual. And we also say that this acts in this world don't count.
There is no this world, and there is no spiritual world. It is all revealed towards the person attaining. Whoever attains this world, so he has this world. Whoever adds more attainments to this world, he has an upper world. But it's not that these worlds exist outside of the person attaining them. It's all in man. That's the way we study in perception of reality. That's why I read that material about the perception of reality, and you'll see a lot of answers there. It is all in you, what you attain. Your attainment, you call it this world, the spiritual world, and the wisdom of Kabbalah teaches you how to change that attainment. But all the other worlds are depicted in you. There is no world beyond man. Beyond man is only the formless upper light. And the upper light which is revealed in man's desires, it depicts in those desires this form called man's world.
Thank you, Rav. It's really a pleasure having you here in Mexico.
Buenos días, Rav.
Good morning, Rav. I'm Hilda from Santiago, Chile.
If the
intention is to bestow, and this work is done through the thoughts, and I understand also that the thoughts I have come to me, then what is the... One second. If the intention is to bestow, and this work is done through the thoughts, and on the other hand, I understand that the thoughts I have come to me, then what is the leverage I have to create the intention? Do I have any room? How do I do it?
It all depends on your attitude towards the group. The group is between man and the Creator. If you can work with the group, You change your intention from in order to receive to in order to bestow, and in the intention to bestow, you reveal the Creator. That is it.
Gracias, Rab.
Thank you, Rav.
Buenos días, Rab.
Good morning, Rav.
Mi nombre es Roberto,
My name is Roberto.
Estados Unidos.
I'm from Nebraska,
Pregunta de uno de los amigos
United
de la
States. I have a question from my friends in the 10. If I feel like I can't do something in the work, should I ask the Creator or ask the friends to be able to do this work?
It depends what we're speaking about. Usually we ask the friends, and from that we reach the Creator. But first we establish the correct attitude with the friends on whatever isn't working for you, then we can turn to Him. Then for sure you'll get an answer.
Thank you.
Hola, Rab. Tengo de
Hello, Rav.
Estoy muy nerviosa.
I come from Veracruz, Mexico. I'm really excited and very happy to be here. My question is, how do we attain the common prayer? Because in the 10, every organ has its thoughts and different roles. We want to obtain a common prayer.
We, I guess, will speak about this later on. It's very important. We will have a lesson for that on its own. Well, in this, we, for now, will end this lesson.
25-minute break.
La 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 la. En unidad hacia la meta voy sin descansar. Mi avance empieza hoy solo un carril. En cuesta arriba va un paso más. Sin ver ningún final no puedo más. Siento enfrenar una oración, refuerza el corazón y de pronto Él está junto a mí animándome y su deseo sentir evoca en mí amor hacia el avance y solo quiero que sea Él quien alcance Yashar Él. Solo una ley, Yashar-El. Nos acercamos al Rey Yashar-El. Sin voltear atrás, Yashar-El. Con la carencia atacar, asomar. Nos trae dificultad en el camino, pero juntos nos sostenemos. Sentimos pesadez tan agotado. Ya no podemos más, estamos juntos, por fuerza y vigor, Kavaná, aprendiendo a otorgar, y de pronto ellos van junto a mí, animándome, y su deseo sentir evoca en mí, amor hacia el avance, y solo quiero que sea Él quien alcance Yashar-El. Hay solo una ley, Yashar-El. Nos acercamos al Rey Yashar-El. Sin voltear atrás, Yashar-El. Con la carencia tan